UBC, inspiring Uganda.
The Journey program on UBC TV.
Hello viewers, I am Samuel Ediau from Mamuria in Teso sub-region. I am a politician and an educationist. I am here to take you through my journey. And being a politician, I've enjoyed the game. I have also been a serious educationist in Teso sub-region. I have changed the lives, I've employed the people, and as a politician, I've enjoyed the game very well. And briefly, I am a second born in our family. My father was a teacher, a secondary school teacher, and I went to school, primary school in Amuria. I came to secondary, both O and A level in Teso College Alloyd. From Teso College Alloyd, I came straight to Makerere University. I completed in 1997 with a bachelor's degree in education. And from then I went. By then there was no recruitment by government. They had put a stop on the recruitment of teachers. So that pushed me to private sector. And by then they had opened up space. So I opened up private schools. I started with one in Amuria High School. Then I came to one in Soroti, Light Secondary School. Then when my father died, we opened up a nursery and a primary school in Amuria district called Mathel Primary and Nursery. In 2016, after I tried the game of politics and I did not make it, I looked at still the plight of people in Kapelebiong. You know, Kapelebiong borders Karamoja. I looked at the level of education there. We went and opened a nursery and a primary school called Mathel Nursery and Primary in Kapelebiong in Obalanga. And that is how I've been trying to change lives in Uganda. This has helped the people of that area. And in both Soroti district, Amuria district, Kapelebiong district, it has helped to improve the enrollment, which was part of government and the Millennium Development Goals, create opportunity for education for the young children. And I've been able to impact majorly, increasing the number and making sure people gain the literacy levels are coming up. And as a result, many people have also become illiterate. The new curriculum, I have something to say. It is a very good curriculum. When you look at all it, even if a child falls out, drops out of education, the nature of the curriculum gives a child a skill for survival. And one would be in a position to survive. There is no child that would drop out in the new curriculum and become useless. Everybody will get what to do because you do projects. The curriculum involves a project which is a hands-on, and the child gets that skill, and you see a skill once you get it until you die. And it helps very many of them. Only problem with the new curriculum, it is very expensive. It demands a lot of money. It demands teachers' commitment, and it demands parents' contribution. A serious one, which will impact positively on the community. And I see a new curriculum, if embraced, and the government looks for resources to support it, it would go a long way in improving Uganda. And every child in Uganda will not be lamenting after completing the cycle. The other thing that I would say is that the government needs to help both private and secondary schools in this curriculum. Because what is happening is that help is going to only government-aided schools, leaving now the others in the private secondary schools. And yet that is an effort by the community to help government educate the Ugandans. Politically, I am having fun in politics. I'm interested in it. And they say politics is a game. I joined this game in 2016. Originally, I had been passive a bit, but in 2016, I decided to say, no, let me be an active politician now. And I joined as a contestant. I wanted to be a member of parliament for Muria County. And when I joined before, it was a very big county. But in 2016, before the elections, what happened was that Orungo County, Orungo constituency, was carved out for General Dongo JJ. That's where General Dongo JJ is representing. Leaving now Muria County alone. That's why he said, let me focus on this. And when I stood, I gave people a run for their money. And I had issues that I would present, which were challenging. And the current people who were in power by then were not attending to the interests of the people. So I came following interests of the people. And I gave a hard time to the people who were there. That's when I learned that this game is really a game. And in 2016, I was the second. And amidst intimidation, amidst beating of people, but I was the second. And that is what happened in 2016. Now, I said, okay, first attempt, not bad. I went for 2021 elections. And in 2021, again, people were many. And there was COVID, money was a problem, restrictions were there. It only favored those who were in power by then. But I also came in. Still, I gave a hard time, and they said, you are the second. I said, okay, since it is a game, there is a winner and there is a loser. And at the same time, I realized that the seat is still one, and they only want one person. And by then, I was in UPC, Uganda People's Congress, and you see how it is challenging. You are from opposition and you want to come to take over a seat reserved purposely for the ruling party. It was difficult to compete and come from there. And that is what took place. But still I participated. I made the thing very funny. I made it interesting. My involvement made the participation of it was fun to be in politics. And the people who were there were saying, a mere teacher giving us at the time. Then I said, you don't know teachers. Teachers are leaders. Teachers are people for the community. People of Amuria have done a lot for them. That's why I have a support base in Amuria. I have helped people. Through education, I've educated very many. I've offered education to very many people. And I've educated some of them of the university. I don't know them. We're not related, not even the same clan. But so far, I've educated very many. And this scheme we started with my father, the late Muse Oluma. And by the time Muse died, we had the 184 students were sponsoring. Out of that, 85 were at the university. We're in Kampala International University, some were here in Kiambogo, others were in Makere University. So we produced very many. And that's what I've done for the people of Umuria. Leave alone that one, I've also been engaged in helping communities. And partly, I have been engaged in a church, helping in the construction of churches, ferrying sand, bricks, helping the churches to at least put up from grass thatched to iron sheet roof, from semi-permanent walls to permanent walls. So I've done something for the churches across the county, in fact across the district of Kapelebiong and district of Amuria. That's what I've done. Even partly in Soroti, I have made a contribution, and that's why people like me. I have also involved myself in groups of women. These women groups, I've helped them in their small saving. You chip in something, you train them, tell them what to do, how they should help themselves improve. Because I've told them government cannot give money to everybody. But I also want to thank government at this level. And at the same time, Amuria district, was not just given the way it was. We followed the formal procedure of getting minutes at the sub-county, getting a district to approve, forwarding minutes to the Minister of Local Government, later to Parliament, and following it up. I was a secretary for the steering committee for the creation of Amuria district. And after giving us a district, when the government granted Amuria district status, the steering committee, I changed the steering committee to an NGO. And our NGO was called Amuria District Development Agency. And Amuria District Development Agency is still working up to now. It is participating in helping livelihoods, it is helping orphans, it is helping the widows. It is doing a lot to improve livelihood of the people. Our government has been supporting and helping us in the district. I don't want to pretend here. Here reality has to be maintained and has to be produced to the people. The district status has changed. One, by giving us a district that was credit to government. Two, government has helped us by giving a lot of money. One, to open up roads. And I'm very happy, even the recent giving of 1 billion per district, Amuria district got it, and we're busy opening roads. Although you see politicians, they want to own a government program, but the roads are being opened, communities are getting connected to the money economy, and the communities are getting opened up. And I want to thank government for that. Secondly, I want to thank government. They also brought this money called the Mioga. Some groups have gotten that money and they have made use of that money. Although not all, there is still a lot of information which is lacking on people getting money from government and benefiting from government programs. Also government, I have learned also that when you go south of Sahara, it is this government that has given money to people. Giving money to people, 1 million, in the so-called PDM. PDM has given money to people, and here government takes credit for giving money to the communities so that you try your best. Because in a business, you try check each business and you see which one is the one you understand best, and you move. And people are benefited. People have got money. Government has provided money. Some kind of a capital, however little it is. The only challenge I have with the government is that they did not train people how to use that money. Some got the money and went to drink. And then some politicians also used to bring out the issue that when you get this government money, your land will go. Instead of providing education, training people how to handle the money, politics came in. And then also in some areas, this money was given out to people who were supporting the people in power. Selection was a problem. And that's the only thing, but the thing is good. It has helped the majority of people. Government has also put up schools. And some places we did not have schools, they are there. CD schools are being opened. Like in Amuria, we have got Kuju CD School. We have also got now Asamuku Seed. We have got Wera Seed, where the Honorable Minister comes from. We have also been given a Peduru Seed. So far, schools are coming and government is doing a lot in that area. After bringing this, I want to record another area where government has gotten a score by allowing private players to join in. That's where I belong. We have been able to open up very many private schools, and it has helped to improve the enrollment in the entire region. And many people are in private schools. That means the opening up of this area and granting private schools status to operate has helped to improve the level of education in the region. But the government has challenges. Where government gets challenges here is on the implementation of these programs. Some of these programs are not implemented very well. There is a lot of corruption. Money released is not going to do the work. Part of it is going to do small work, but the rest of the money is swindled. And so when you look at the value for money, you will not realize value for money. Incidentally, I was a chairman, District Public Accounts Committee. That's when I learned this. This project funded by government, this and this amount of money. But now when you look at the money and the product, you don't see the money, value for money seen in that project. Sometimes after a short period of time, shoddy work is done. Why? Part of the money was used. Because of shoddy work, a short period of time, you see cracks in a project, classrooms, latrines, any renovation, you see that there's already a problem there. And that's the challenge government has. I don't know how government is going to fight corruption. It is a serious challenge. A lot of money goes there. Government releases money for programs at a lower level because each district prepares a budget. And then you see a budget they prepare. Each district prepares a budget of over 20 billion. But now when you translate 20 billion this year, 20 billion next year, 20 billion, 25 billion and so on, then you look at the billions, what it would become to. You will see development spurred in a district. But that doesn't come. And that's a very big challenge the government has. I don't know, there is a need for government to put up another system parallel for checking on these things and then empowering the communities to supervise and monitor government programs so that they understand how much money has been released for what. Once the community gets empowered to that level, these monies are going to be monitored by individuals in those villages and operate, maybe open a channel for people, ordinary citizens, to report so that the investigations can be conducted from here on the ground. When the whistleblowers do this, then there should be an action quickly. And because of this, a lot of money coming in, a lot of government programs, I was able to see that thinking about what I'm thinking and what we are standing for, government is able to do it. And most of the things wanted done have been done. That thing disturbed me and it made me to change from Uganda People's Congress, and I changed to NRM. I registered in the yellow books. This year, when the registration was open, the yellow books were brought. I decided to cross from my village to the NRM. And because most of the things that we were thinking were to be done, we're articulating issues for government to say, no, open up roads. And in my manifesto, 2016-2021, I was advocating for community access roads to be opened. And those roads were opened. I was advocating for electricity to be brought to various places and connect the villages so that these people come out of technical schools, they begin welding and making doors. Instead of you making a door in Soroti, a window one in, so then you begin transporting far away. And yet technicians are being produced from technical schools so every year. So power is also following people. And I'm very happy power is following people in the village. Electricity is being connected. Only that government should speed up so that they can finish up all the processes. I was in the recent celebration in Kololo, celebrating the achievements of NRM. And I want to thank the people who have managed to work with President Museveni. But I also want to thank President Museveni as an individual. Museveni is a gift to Uganda. Take it or leave it. He has done a lot for this country. He has managed to stabilize the country. We're no longer having wars here and there. And you see people who have not tasted a war, they think, they don't know what happens in a war. In fact, they even don't know the effects of a war. Once you get a war, you are set 50 years down the road. Just one. For us in Iteso, from Karamojong disturbance, then you come to overthrows of governments, then you come to UPA resisting Museveni, then you come to LRA coming, Lakwena coming, Alice Lakwena, Joseph Okonyi coming. We are about 200 years behind, and we don't need any war. For us who have tasted, we don't need any war. And that's why when you want to touch a button of war in that area of Teso, people will not want you. In fact, that is a very big risk. So for this now, The recent celebrations in Nikololo, I managed to attend. I came. I was invited, so I came and attended. And I am one person. By the time President Museveni came to power, I was in P5. I saw a bit of the other governments, and I've also seen this one. So majorly, 3/4 of my life is under NRM government. And I've seen that electricity, which did not exist, is now following people in the village. The roads, places which used to be occupied by thickets and bushes, they have opened up roads linking up villages. District used to be in Soroti, but I've also seen a number of districts coming up. When I'm alive, there is a Serere district, there is a Muria district, Atakwe district, Maido, Kalaki, where all these districts have come up, meaning people are getting closer to government. And the service delivery is moving. Also, education has been liberated and made cheap and affordable, because these private schools that serve people in the local villages, they are not expensive as these ones in Kampala. And that means every person is able to send a child to school, because the fees ranges between 50 to 80. Some don't even reach 100. But a child is also able to get that. A parent is able to sell a cock or sell a goat and then take a child to school. So most have benefited.
But he has killed corruption.
He has also managed to take borehole, clean water. Clean water has gone to the people, electricity has gone to the people, health is where there is a challenge, and corruption is where there is a challenge. There is a problem in corruption as long as we celebrate this, but the whole work is, it is the people who are given these offices who are corrupt. I would also say fighting corruption, not one individual can manage to fight corruption. President Museveni as one cannot manage to fight corruption alone. Corruption needs a collective effort, and corruption needs an action. The institutions that are meant to fight corruption need to be empowered. And the people who are fighting corruption in those institutions need to be put to their toes to work. Otherwise, it is them who are not working, and that's why you see hospitals, drugs are not there. When they come, few are delivered. But when you look at national medical stores, the money, the drugs are there. Some of the drugs even expire. So what happens? It is the people who are working. Some of them are lazy, some need to be retired, and that's when the system will move. But otherwise, a lot has been done. I would give credit still, because even if you manage to score maybe roads, score education, score health, score, your scores will come, water and sanitation, score. Still government has scored above 80. Since I told you that politics is a very important game and it is a funny game, and when you get involved, it is sweet, it is like smoking. It is addictive. And because it is addictive, I intend to stand again in the 2026 elections which are coming as a member of parliament for Muria constituency. And if elected and they bring me to power and I come to parliament, they expect a lot. This is what I would assure them. Within a short time, I have a dream, a bursary scheme that would help the people, because government can educate up to a certain level. And when we look at our constitution, it also says that the education of a child is a responsibility of the state and the parent of the child. But when I look at my area, people are very poor. And that means they are very clever brains, but the families where they come from cannot help them. And those are the people we are picking. And those are the people who have helped. So I intend to continue with the scheme of helping to educate Ugandans. Because I know an educated society is a good to be in area. Because if people are not educated and you are the only one good in the region or in the place, even you will not have sleep. Anything disturbing you outside, you think they have come for your goats, they have come for your car, they have come, you don't sleep. A rich man also has problems. But when people get educated, they learn to use their brains very well, their health improves, their thinking capacity improves, development in that area is stirred up. And that's what I intend to do for the people. For the rest of this country, I appeal to Ugandans. Let's embrace change of leadership through peaceful means. We are a part of Africa, but sometimes our development has been affected. Sometimes when you read the books, you'll find that before independence, or even after independence, our level of development and the GDP was equivalent to Singapore, was equivalent to what? But now those fellows have somersaulted their tigers of Asia, and yet for us we are still below, lagging behind. Reason, the instability, the wars that we entered into. Now that you have oil, you have what? A lot of things have been discovered in this country. This country needs peace and stability. And let people accept that a leader is there, after some time it goes away. And then change of government, let it be by peaceful means. Uganda will see trends of development coming up. I also appeal to our NRM members. NRM members, there is a lot of fighting. I didn't know. First of all, me crossing from UPC to NRM was a tug of war by NRM fellows. And when I came, I discovered that there are camps in NRM, so that if you are not careful, you can disappear on the way. You can get swallowed. So I intend to tell the members of NRM, let us move a bit peacefully, and in positions in government and in NRM are too many. It's like when Jesus said, in my father's house there are so many. You can see, even in NRM, there are so many rooms you can be put here, handle this one, you handle this one. So people simply need not to be selfish. And you see, because of selfish hearts, it tends to bring a lot of greed. And because of greed, we tend to fight one another. So in fighting is what is bringing problems within NRM. But delivery of service would be very easy in government. First of all, government, and when you hear president's addresses, they come with the figures. Our budgets are growing and increasing. That means we collect a lot of money. This money, once put down to development, you see Uganda very peaceful for all of us and a very good country. And by the way, Uganda moved also. Uganda is very nice. Uganda, a very green country. I appeal to Ugandans, stop destroying the environment. Because you can see, you feel the heat now. Climate change is a reality, because we are destroying our environment. And when you look at the heat wave in USA, heat wave in Canada, heat wave in India, people are struggling. And heat wave kills people. For us, it has not reached that level yet. So can we conserve the environment and make sure? I ask NEMA and other organizations to act. Let people be educated. And I would also request the government to reduce the price in electricity. And then solar. Government should invest money in solar so that people can cook using another alternative source of energy. I want to thank the members who have helped me. I've worked with the team that helped me to cross to NRM from UPC. You see, I even stood up in UPC. I wanted to be a member for Yala, and UPC let me down. But I have money to cross from UPC to NRM. I want to thank the team that helped me to cross. Mr. Hillary has helped me a lot. I want to thank the first Vice President, Haji Moses Kigongo. I also want to thank the Secretary General, Honorable Richard Todong. I also want to thank UBC for helping me and the community and Uganda as a nation to hear my journey. I want to thank the President personally. There are so many things the President has done unknowingly that he has helped me. I want to pray for the rest of Uganda to have peace, and for President Museveni and the NRM to continue leading this country and make it reach greater heights. Fight corruption is the only problem remaining. As I conclude, there could be people who want to find out my number, get some information from me. My telephone number is 07 0772669642. 0772669642. Alotwa continua.
UBC, inspiring Uganda. Coming soon on UBC.
Welcome to Inside Broadcasting, sharing with you the process behind what you see on the screens.
My name is Lorraine Masika Kazimoto.
Step behind the scenes and witness the